In recent videos we've established that the Elizabethan period was a time of great religious intolerance and difference. England was in a time of crisis. Since Henry VIII split from the Catholic Church, the rules on religion in the country went through a number of huge and devastating changes for many of the people living there. Edward VI and his advisors would continue Henry's legacy by developing Protestantism in England and outlawing Catholicism. However, Mary I, or Bloody Mary, restored Catholicism as England's main religion. Mary gets her aforementioned nickname due to her treatment of Protestants, with many being burnt at the stake, but her restoration of the Catholic faith caused much controversy. Elizabeth I, who reigned after Mary, had inherited a country completely divided by religion, and she needed to bring the country back together. However, during her period, there were many stories of brutal suffering and death under the banner of a religious settlement, an attempt to restore order with regards to religion and unite England. Today we look at another one of these brutal stories, and today we look at the tragic execution of St. Margaret Ward, the Pearl of Tyburn. Remember to support our channel, please make sure to subscribe. Margaret Ward was born in Congleton in Cheshire around the year 1550, and today she's known as the Pearl of Tyburn due to her horrific execution in which she stood strong in her Catholic faith whilst facing death. Not much is known about her early life, except that she was born into a good family who were relatively wealthy, and that also for a time she lived in the house of a lady of distinction named Whitall in London. She was also married and worked in the service of this high-class lady and served as her companion. Whilst working here, Margaret learned about the harsh treatment of many Catholic priests, and in particular she learned of the horrific suffering of Father Richard Watson, a priest who had been imprisoned in Bridewell prison near to the River Thames. Bridewell prison originally started off as Bridewell Palace, a resident of King Henry VIII, and it was one of his homes in his early reign. It was given to the City of London Corporation by Henry's son Edward VI to be used as an orphanage and as a place of correction for women who were criminals. It became a prison by 1556, and it was situated on the banks of the Fleet River in the City of London, between Fleet Street and the River Thames. Tudor prisons were known to have been rather brutal, and it's during this time that places such as the Tower of London get their notorious reputation as a place of execution and torture. Father Richard Watson inside Bridewell prison had been tortured horrifically, to the point that he agreed to abandon his Catholic faith and participate in a Protestant service to gain his release. Catholic priests who refused to transition to Protestantism and defied Elizabeth I's religious settlement would find themselves in prison, as was common during this time. Shortly after his release though, Father Watson would recount this and profess his Catholic faith, and he was sent back to Bridewell prison. Margaret Ward would hear about this and decided to make an attempt to save the priest. Due to his refusal to switch to Protestantism, it was very probable that Father Watson would have been executed, so Margaret, realising this, felt like she needed to break him out. Margaret went to visit Watson a number of times, being searched before and after she entered the cell. She brought him comfort and they would speak at length about religion, but as Margaret began to visit more and more, the authorities would become less cautious and began to relax their searches. During one of these visits, Margaret hid a rope inside a basket and gave it to Father Watson to allow him to escape his imprisonment. Father Watson decided to try his escape, but it would not be a smooth ordeal. Early in the morning at around 2 or 3 am, Margaret Ward and a boatman, who had agreed to help Ward in her plan, waited in the street below for Watson to escape. The priest made his escape over the tiles of the roof, but misjudged the distance of a jump. He had doubled the rope up and didn't leave himself enough rope to safely climb down. Because of this, Watson had to jump down before he was halfway down his descent, and subsequently he hurt himself and was injured. More importantly, in their haste, the three left the rope hanging out of the window, which was a huge indicator that an escape had taken place. Upon seeing the scene of the priest injured, the boatman who had promised to help Margaret Ward then refused and changed his mind, so whilst being distressed, Ward would need to find another man to help quickly. John Roche undertook this job to assist her, and he provided a boat and would more importantly change clothes with Father Watson so that he could be disguised. The escape attempt was successful, and the priest did manage to escape, but John Roche, the boatman, was arrested for his involvement, as was Margaret Ward, who was arrested whilst trying to leave her house. It was obvious to the guards that Ward was involved, as she was the priest's only visitor, so she was easy to pin blame onto, and also they had the rope used in the escape. Margaret Ward was interrogated under torture. She was chained and suspended in the air using the manacles, with her wrists clasped together. This was brutal for anyone to suffer, and only a few minutes of this would lead to excruciating pain. She was also scourged and beaten using instruments to ensure that she admitted guilt in her crimes of breaking a priest out of prison. The authorities and her jailers wanted the whereabouts of Father Watson, but not once would Margaret divulge the information. 8 days later she was placed on trial, and during this she said she could not repent for having freed that innocent lamb from the hands of the bloodthirsty wolves. The court did give her a chance to save herself by taking part in a Protestant church service and to ask the Queen for mercy, but Margaret refused. She said that her conscience did not allow her to act against her faith, and said that she would rather give up her life than deny God and the Catholic religion. Margaret Ward was found guilty of aiding a Catholic priest's escape from prison and was sentenced to death. On the 30th of August 1558, just one day after her trial, Margaret Ward was led to the gallows in Tyburn in London. Along with a number of other Catholic priests and the boatman John Roche, who helped her, the group were taken onto the scaffold in front of a crowd. Margaret, being a lady, was spared being hanged, drawn and quartered, like some of the fellow condemned at Tyburn that day were. Margaret Ward was then hanged from the gallows in front of a large crowd for her crimes, as was John Roche. Margaret Ward would later become a saint and was recognised in 1970 as one of the 40 martyrs of England and Wales by Pope Paul VI. She shares the same feast day as St Margaret Clitherow and St Anne Line on the 30th of August. Her story is one that's too familiar during the Elizabethan times, and Margaret Ward, although she knew the consequences of breaking a priest out of prison, would commit this act out of the goodness of her own faith, as she believed she was doing the right thing. Once again, thanks for watching. To support our channel, please make sure to subscribe, and once again, thank you so much for watching.